Hello, I'm Zash, and welcome to episode 39 of my G-Senjou no Maou, or The Devil on G-String, Let's Read. Joining me, as always, is my co-reader Faith. Last episode, Tokita Yuki questioned Saizhou, and he started to break, but she needs more time. Also, that evening, after questioning Saizhou, Kanon opened up to Kyosuke, and she seems to have some troubles and is worrying about the upcoming competition and wants Kyosuke to hear her out. And starting the Kanon route, we agreed to listen, much to us as readers' dismay. So, please enjoy if you can.
This is far enough.
I got out of the car and accompanied her the rest of the way.
Alright, I'll get the gold today.
Kanon raised her arm in a lively manner, despite staying up all night.
Kanon-chan.
Ikuko-san was shouting to Kanon from the competitor's entrance. She rushed over to Kanon.
Kanon-chan, what's wrong with you? Mr. Hilton is furious. He wanted to introduce you to the representatives from the International Skating Union. Yeah, I'll head over there right now. What happened, Kanon-chan? What on earth happened?
I'm very, very sorry, Ikuko-san. The truth is, Kanon interrupted me.
Who cares? I just thought it'd be a pain to meet those big shots. It's not my job to suck up to people outside the rink.
Ikuko-san smiled wide.
Kanon-chan, I had no idea. I'm so sorry. Why didn't you tell me that you were opposed to it? It's fine. Let's just go.
Hey, Kanon.
Nan-chan isn't lying.
She's just not telling the whole truth, Kanon answered gravely. Indeed, it wasn't a lie. But that wasn't the problem. Kanon and Ikuko-san vanished into the arena before I had time to explain. Shit, I just got Kanon into so much trouble. I considered my options before being swallowed by waves of repentance. At some point in the afternoon, I received word from Horibe while waiting for Tokita.
I'm sorry, son.
That's not a good way to open a conversation. So, this morning, Horibe's report boiled my blood. Saizhou's babbling pushed his guards over the edge, and they beat him to death. Bravo! Good job!
Lovely!
What the fuck were they thinking? We'd finally captured Mao's accomplice, but with this, we've lost our only lead. Kanon. She'll be.
I'm prepared to make this up to you as a man in the business.
Then take that official apology bullshit and shove it up your ass where it belongs. I can't help but get angry as Kanon's face crosses my mind. Sorry. Look, let's just focus on what to do from here on out.
To be quite honest, son, I'm surprised. A little French, and you're already thinking rationally again.
I'm sorry for lashing out at you. Anyway, I'll contact you again soon. I need to tell Usami and Tokita about the sudden shift in the scenario. Usami finally arrived at the rendezvous point.
Yuki says she's not coming. She says she's sorry and that she can't help us anymore.
It's alright. I feel bad for Tokita.
So, we're back to grasping at straws again, huh?
What we do know is that Mao has his eyes set on Ikuko-san. I'll have the men sent to protect her at the arena. Usami shook her head uncertainly. I know. The arena already has a sanctioned security force. If we try to take matters into our own hands, the two groups might just get into each other's way.
We're walking on pins and needles now.
Alright. Mao wants to see Kanon fail, right? If so, then he may use force.
You mean he might directly injure Kanon?
We can't eliminate the possibility, can we?
I suppose we can't. Still, there's something I want to try on my own.
Alright, do it. Contact me immediately if you find anything. Usami nodded lightly and vanished into the crowd. I rushed to the arena. Even though the sun still hadn't set, a profuse number of people had gathered in the seating area of the arena. I used my position as Kanon's brother to make my way into a special staff-only passage. I needed to call Ikuko-san out of her meeting. Come to think of it, Ikuko-san isn't Kanon's official coach. That should normally just make her a standard guest. But perhaps she's been allowed in as staff due to her role in supporting Kanon up until now. Who knows? Maybe she even used some sort of connection with the tournament directors.
What's the matter with you, Kosuke-kun?
It's nothing to worry about. Are you busy at the moment?
Not particularly. Kanon-chan's in a bad mood right now, being a little snappish to everyone. It's unbecoming after coming in late to an international competition.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. First thing out of her mouth is a complaint? So, anything strange going on?
Anything strange?
Yeah. Has anything around you seemed off somehow recently? Well, beside the guys tailing you all the time, I didn't want to start a discussion about the Yakuza escort arranged by Gonzo.
Right. The people who seem to work for that man.
That man means Gonzo.
What's that all about anyway? He abandoned the old girl years ago.
A jeer leaked out.
Oh, sorry. That's got nothing to do with you, Kosuke-kun.
Her face relaxed, but a harshness lingered for a moment in her eyes. As if to plead, you make sure to give him an earful for me too, Kyosuke-kun.
What's going on?
I don't know. I'm not very clear on the matter.
Is it about Kanon-chan?
One would usually jump to this conclusion. No, definitely not. If I make one little mistake with my word choice, she may advertise the problem to everyone around her.
It's a little odd, though. That man would go to any lengths for Kanon-chan. If it was for me, he wouldn't lift a finger. At least, that's the way I see it.
Kanon will be crushed if Ikuko-san is killed. Anyone could tell this mother and her daughter aren't getting along well, but she's still her mother.
Maybe the bodyguards have been called here for me.
Who knows? This is bad. I probably should have just let sleeping dogs lie. Well, I'm sure it's nothing. I wouldn't worry about it.
Really? I sure hope nothing happens.
A man approached us as we talked. A man with a camera on his shoulder. An armband bearing the message, "Camera Allowed," swung loosely from his jacket sleeve. "Hello there! You're Coach Kinosaki Ikuko, right?" He's probably a reporter from a magazine. The man bowed his head and shot Ikuko-san a flattering glance. "Would you mind talking for a bit?"
Sure, that'd be fine. Are you sure you want me?
She put on a steady smile as if changing into another person. The man told her his name and the magazine he worked for. It was hardly a publisher worth noting. They're known for publishing racy books about celebrity scandals and Yakuza. "In fact, we were looking to invite you to write a book."
A book?
Last year's World Championships were a straight-up disaster, wouldn't you say? Ikuko-san gracefully shook her head.
Even though there's only one seat at Worlds this year, I can say with confidence that each of the Japanese skaters last year did their very best.
Well, if Kanon had been there, things would have turned out differently.
Who knows?
You're the one who's been guiding her skating career, correct? The reporter smiled with glaring teeth. Ikuko-san's attitude was resolute, but she couldn't hide the nervous smile pulling at the corners of her mouth. I had better leave this place. I just can't bring myself to like this woman. Ellipses. Megalipses. Time flows on, and the arena is still. A number of skilled foreign skaters came out on the ice and were bathed in applause. 8 p.m. rolled around. The last group of competitors took to the ice for a warm-up. The arena thundered loudly with applause as they skated into the rink. It seemed like the audience went crazy every time Kanon stuck a dynamic jump. I was on edge. Mao's trap aside, I was worried about Kanon's health. She hardly slept due to taking care of me. Can she perform up to snuff when not at the top of her game? As I pondered this, I took a call from Usami.
How's everything on your end?
Seems good enough. If I didn't know any better, I'd say that everything's going smoothly.
That's odd. If anything's going to happen, then it should be today.
Where are you, by the way?
Back at Sajo's hotel room, looking through his luggage, I found a passport and some plane tickets. He was probably going to flee the country on the red-eye.
I see. That confirms that he had something planned for today.
If Maou really needed Sajo to enact his plan, then it's possible he's hesitating right now.
Senjou had the arena ticket, right?
Yeah, he's in here with the rest of his stuff. It's for today's short program.
Sure enough, something's going down here today.
Azai-san, I think this case is...
The call ended before she was able to finish her sentence. My cell phone lost its signal. I'd have stepped outside to call her back, but all the entrances were congested with the monstrous crowd. Nothing I can do, I guess. Time simply passed by, and the growing sense of impatience within me seemed too crushing to endure. The situation turned out for the best, contrary to my earlier expectations. Nothing had come to pass. If I had to report something, it would be that Kanon dished out another fantastic score. I almost collapsed from relief after seeing Kanon standing safely at the arena entrance. You'd have thought my fever came back with a vengeance or something. No harm had come to Ikuku-san either. There was no problem at all. Ellipses. Megalipses.
I'm back!
I drove Kanon back to my apartment.
Nissan, I said I'm back! Where's my welcome home?
We came back together, if you hadn't noticed. Kanon looks silly now compared to her bewitching aura on the ice.
I'm so glad you're feeling better now.
Thanks to you. But don't use that as an excuse to get all cocky on me, you hear?
Oh, I wouldn't dream of it. But you know, you should thank Nanchan for saving your life.
My fever wasn't that bad. How much? I gave Kanon that glare she thought would kill her all those years ago.
Ha 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 ha, a gajillion yen.
No, seriously. How much did you shell out for the aspirin and the hot water bag? Just give me the receipt. We'll be squared away in no time.
I tossed it.
What? You idiot!
You're so funny.
Listen, you need to start holding on to your receipts. Besides being good practice, it'd probably make you realize just how much money you've been wasting.
Oh?
I took out 10,000 yen from my wallet as I clicked my tongue. Here.
Wait. You, of all people, just forking over 10,000 yen? Do you have a fever?
I did last night. Take it.
You probably won't be able to sleep until I do. Jeez, you're gloomy, you know that?
She pulled the money out from between my fingers, grumbling all the while. I'm sorry. I really am.
For what?
Well, I was just worried that your short program might suffer because of me.
No, I ended up doing pretty good. And you should know better than to worry about something like that. Papa always says results are everything.
Get to sleep early today. I reclined on my sofa and turned on the TV. Upon switching to the sports news, I saw Kanon smile behind a microphone.
I'll try to keep this momentum going tomorrow.
The famous athlete on the screen used a totally different tone from my sister.
Wow, Nanchan's so mature.
Kanon watched the interview with me and commented on her television self. Judging by the video alone, Kanon seems like a mature adult woman. After Kanon, Seta Makiko came up to speak. Her petite, charming frame suited television interviews nicely.
My goal tomorrow is to catch up to Kanon-san. I'll try my best to meet everyone's hopes tomorrow.
She sounded like a voice actress in an anime. She was a small girl and seemed to be quite likable. Hey, Kanon, what do you think about her saying that? Kanon's eyes widened.
Seta-san made it to the finals too?
You'd better not say that in front of other people. Though Kanon doesn't mean anything by it. People would think she's ridiculing the girl.
No, I just completely forgot. Yeah, that's right, she's still in.
You don't even follow the other skaters, do you?
Oh, not bad, citizen. 62 points is pretty good for you.
I watched people cry when you got a 70.3.
Hey now, you'll make Nan-chan feel like a bad girl saying she made people cry like that.
Why is she so laid back? However, when the replay of her program started running, Kanon's eyes changed.
Ellipses.
Ellipses.
Too slow.
Ellipses.
That was way too slow.
She's glaring with hatred at another self. Despite having such a high score, she's still not content.
Why was my line of sight drooping? Was I really that tired?
She kept her voice low. I'm sorry, really, I swear.
I'll sleep well today, so it doesn't matter.
Alright, she's kind of scary. I turned off the TV, pretending that I hadn't noticed.
Sure enough, Nan-chan is right.
About what?
Today, Coach told me, not Mr. Hilton, the other one. She said I should try to flatten the blade of my skate during a spin so that I can rotate faster.
Yeah, and...
Well, just look at it. It doesn't fit the music. When the music is so smooth, I don't need to spin so fast.
I don't really understand what you're getting at. Did you mess up?
It's subtle. It just didn't feel right. I recovered right away, though. Still, if I hadn't tried that, I would have had another point.
You'd better listen to what Mr. Hilton says. Ikuko-san isn't your coach.
Yeah, that's probably true. Still, Nan-chan was right.
There seems to be discord between Ikuko-san and Mr. Hilton.
So, Nissan,
She looked at me seriously. What?
though I shouldn't think about things like this.
Is this the follow-up of yesterday? I want to be your partner.
There's that too. But
Kanon spoke with a little bit of irritation and a little bit of sadness.
is Coach's life in danger?
I don't know how to answer. What does my face look like right now, I wonder? At the very least, I doubt I look relaxed. What? Danger? I turned the question back with a reluctant smile.
Right. What? Was it some joke?
I'm not really sure what you're getting at. What's wrong?
When the show was over and we were about to pack up, Coach told me something like that. She looked real serious.
That damn woman. Must have been some horrible gag.
Yeah, well, it shocked me alright.
I wouldn't worry about it if I were you.
I just can't figure out why she'd say that, though. Maybe because Nan-chan wasn't happy and was ignoring her, she needed Nan-chan's attention.
Yeah, that's probably it. Why? She shouldn't disturb her daughter, even if it really were only a joke. I knew she was self-centered, but to think she'd go that far! Alright, let's take a bath. Today is special, so I'll wash your hair for you. However, Kanon's face was still full of suspicion.
It would explain why Papa's men are always hanging around Coach, though, don't you think?
Huh? Is that what's got you thinking your mom's life is in danger?
No, Papa is pretty scary, right? I saw him with a gun once.
But why would that mean Ikuko-san's in danger?
Well, you know, skating is popular. Sometimes crazy idiots send threat letters to our office.
So? Those are jobs for the police. Is Papa a policeman?
I guess you're right. Yeah, that's gotta be right. So nothing's wrong then.
That was way too close for comfort. A chill ran through me when she said, threat letter. Don't think too much. Just prepare yourself for tomorrow, and everything will be fine.
Alright.
Her face simply didn't seem willing to accept it.
Right. At this point, I can't afford to think about anything else.
I didn't fail to spot the deep sadness in her eyes.
I shouldn't even joke about this, but you know, if Coach did die, I'd just have to ignore it or something.
Kanon's face suddenly took on a ghostly pallor. It was a face of anger, a face of despair, a face that overwhelmed me entirely. The girl before me is a girl who lives for skating. Kanon always corners herself into that role, it seems. And when she does, I become the prisoner of that unstable region of her heart. I want to be your partner. Kanon?
What? Why the serious face?
Right back at you. Don't look at me like that.
Like that? Why not? Isn't this normal?
Her voice lays the blame with me.
Nobody ever tells me the truth. Nachan only needs to skate and everything will be fine. Everyone tells me, just go skate. Even you, Nissan.
I look at Kanon, shocked. A doubt flows over my mind. Yet I speak without hesitation. So, the truth is, you don't like skating? Kanon's eyes are filled with hatred.
It's not a matter of whether I like it or not. I have to.
She stares at me without any movement whatsoever.
This conversation's over. Tomorrow's the free skate, and I'll win. That's all.
She lays her words on me, syllable by syllable, trying desperately to suppress her pain.
Oh, and Nissan. Please don't talk about silly things like this ever again.
She continued in a soft-hearted whisper.
You're the wrong one here, Nissan. Not Nanchan.
Although her Ride of the Valkyries may not have been playing, Kanon was no longer in my room, but upon the ice. She's only my sister in name. This moment has forced me to take a good, hard look at the girl I've ignored until now. I felt that she was pitiful. Me, of all people, feeling pity. And the chronic headache, which had plagued me for so long, left, as if it had never even been there. Megalipses. Ellipses.
Kanon had always been cold to her mother, Ikuko. She had no idea when she began to feel such discontent concerning her mother. For all Kanon knew, her heart had been dead since she entered adulthood. No, that's not dramatic. For whatever reason, her mother simply seemed abnormal to her childish mind.
Associating with Gonzo tends to do that to people.
Well, maybe she just picked up on his obvious issues.
Well, she is an ex of Gonzo.
Yeah, and Kanon is a blood child of Gonzo. That's terrifying.
True.
She was just too beautiful and obsessed with keeping up appearances.
Mom, where's Papa?
Nanchan was not supposed to know. Nanchan, do you like skating? It's fun, right? Lots and lots of people are really happy when you skate. I'm happy when you skate too. So Nanchan just needs to devote herself to skating and not worry about anything else.
So this is where it started.
Yeah, I figured her mom played a part in it too.
Yeah.
Okay, but everyone else has a Papa.
Nanchan is different from everyone else. She's special. Look, can anyone jump on ice like you?
No.
Children are sensitive to lies, and Kanon was a particularly sensitive girl. Thus, even at that age, she understood that her mother was hiding something from her. Her mother's surname was Kanasaki, so why was her surname as odd? However, though their names may have been different, Ikuko had doted on Kanon far too strongly for Kanon to see her as a complete stranger. Ikuko gave Kanon everything she ever wanted, from lovely dolls, to the latest video games, to adorable clothes which any of Kanon's friends would envy.
Spoiled brat.
Yeah, but stuff in place of affection.
Yeah.
I'll do anything for you, Kanon-chan. We can always make more money. It was the same for me. Kanon quickly grew tired of it all. After winning various competitions as a child, she soon discovered a fundamental truth about human nature. That getting what you want isn't as satisfying unless you earned it yourself. Her wish for a father was finally realized after receiving, and while she was still in grade school no less, a special invitation to compete in the Japan Championships on a senior level. Until that point, she had been competing in the novice A lists, not even at the junior level. Despite being unable to bring home the title, her papa had stroked her head kindly at their first encounter.
So he ignored her until she was useful.
Yes, that's pretty much Gonzo's MO.
I'll be taking care of you from now on. You can have anything you want. If you don't like your mother, I'll get you a new one.
Although Kanon did not understand her father's words, she was relieved to know that she, too, had a father. For the first time, she felt glad she started skating.
Mom, I met Papa. Papa came.
Oh, really?
He said I did good.
Did he now? As she watched Kanon laugh and dance, Ikuko bathed in discontent. Go fuck yourself, she muttered under her breath.
Wow!
That escalated quickly.
Ikuko, I thought you were better than that.
With someone like Gonzo, I suppose that's kind of allowed.
Hearing her, Kanon's heart froze once again. Kanon's day-to-day life of skating rolled ever forward. Ikuko was extremely kind. She detested coaches who swore at their athletes and cared for Kanon as well as she could. It had reached the point where Kanon had started to consider Ikuko's instruction to be nothing more than flattery. But still, for the sake of victory, Kanon was expected to give many more times the effort than anyone else. In order to maintain her weight, her lifestyle was harshly controlled. She would stay awake the whole night beside the sleeping Ikuko, watching recordings of her performances. When her first menstrual cycle came, she gained weight and had trouble managing it. It was only after seeking help from a sports medicine expert at a prestigious university that she was able to rebuild her physical condition from the ground up. Behind all this torturous training, though, Kanon maintained her smile for the media, taking time out of her schedule regularly to mold her image as a genius skating girl. Well, Kanon-chan, it looks like your mother has nothing more to teach you. Ikuko eventually retired from the ice. She stood beside the rink as a stranger, occasionally pointing out small mistakes. Officials from the International Skating Union wanted to separate Kanon and Ikuko.
I hope she told him to bugger off. That's her kid.
Well, Kanon probably told them to bugger off because that's her mom.
That's entirely possible.
And Kanon's the one with the clout here.
However, a change of coaches was never enforced, due in part to Kanon's strong opposition to it. And yet Kanon had no memory of ever opposing such a thing. In the end, Kanon's full potential remained underutilized until the famous coach George Hilton confronted the International Skating Union on her behalf. She may have gotten by in the novice and junior lists using only her natural talent, but the senior level, with its many great, experienced skaters, was more competitive than Kanon could have dreamed. All responsibility fell onto Ikuko. After last year's fiasco, Ikuko's coaching ability was called into question. I'm sorry, Kanon-chan. It's my fault. I'm sorry for being so inefficient.
Now, that makes me think that she tried to keep her, not as good as she could have been to keep Gonzo away from her.
Yeah, that's possible too.
That's a terrible decision to have to make about your child, isn't it?
Yeah.
The mother would often apologize to her daughter. It's all my fault. You did nothing wrong, Kanon-chan. Officials and sponsors from the event, reporters, agents, school teachers. She beseeched various people in various fields. Ikuko's position as Kanon's mother was a small one to begin with, but she had been demoted even further to the level of just a coach. Yet at the same time, Kanon's arrogance continued to swell. Kanon knew she was being arrogant, but could do nothing about it. Like a rebellious child who wants to kill his parents but knows he can't actually do it, a tiny devil was planted within Kanon's heart. As it grew, that Maou of the ice closed the doors to her heart with hatred, endlessly repeating her mother's words. Nanchan did nothing wrong. That's right. After all, who'd ever want to submit to anyone? At last, Kanon fell to the plotting demon. Time stopped. There was no pain, no fear. A triple Lutz, then a triple toe loop. Her double-triple was a surefire way to score well. Yet it was not the outside edge of Kanon's right skate that collided with the ice, but her back, which hadn't come crashing down since their collision last year. Strange, Kanon thought. Why is there no applause? Why am I in such a position? Why is the music leaving me behind without my permission? The Lutz is considered a particularly difficult counter-rotated jump. That was exactly why Kanon had practiced so hard on it during training. She'd trained until the height-distance ratio of her jump was perfected. She'd continued training until the audience connected as Kanon herself with the triple Lutz. That very jump, which should have been the celebratory champagne for her glorious victory, betrayed Kanon in the 11th hour, a mere 15 seconds into the free skate. I can't win. I'll lose. She fell on the ice and interrupted her performance. She'd already lost many points. With programs as precise as a machine, a single loose screw could cause total collapse. Her victory was long gone. The triumph that was so easily hers. Who was it? Feelings buried in Kanon's heart bared their fangs. Who was to blame for this? After all, Nanchan did nothing wrong.
Ellipses. Megalipses. I slipped open tonight's newspaper. They too made Kanon's disappointing performance out to be the scoop of the century. I couldn't tear myself away from the television or internet that night. If Kanon had merely fallen down, it wouldn't have been an issue, but she had stopped and stared at the ice for a whole 12 seconds. Even I'm wondering why Kanon failed to stand up again. It's not rare for a skater to fall down during a competition. They make an adjustment and continue their program, no matter who they are. Hell, if they only fall down once, they still have a shot at the gold. However, Kanon continued beyond the regulated free skate duration and skated overtime. She caused quite a ruckus amongst the spectators, and not in a good way. Cold eyes poured on Kanon from every direction. I understood the reason after listening to a television interview.
Motivated? Of course I was motivated.
Numerous shining floodlights, numerous waiting microphones welcomed Kanon as she left the arena.
I've told you all before, how many times do I need to repeat myself?
Kanon pushed the reporters away without even an attempt to hide her displeasure.
I heard that someone was gonna kill Coach. Ikuko-san. So I hesitated. Hey, let me through!
This is terrible. Someone wants to kill Ikuko? Who on earth would believe that? The cops might mount an investigation for good measure, but Gonzo will keep the truth well hidden. After seeing this report, Gonzo must have burned the threat letter.
A disappointment to my fans? Oh, is that what they're saying? Well, I'm sorry if that's the case. Just wait for my next performance.
At the end, she covered the camera with her hands and cut the picture. This is bad. Maou didn't make a move today. The conflict between the Sonoyama group and the Shinei group ended this morning. I felt a streak of good fortune coming on, but I guess I jumped the gun a bit with that analysis. The image of Kanon on the screen changed to something else. It was the winner of this year's Grand Prix of figure skating, Seta Makiko.
Well, it's really been a tough year for me. As you know, I let everyone down at Worlds earlier this year, but,
She took a moment to cry, overcome with emotion. Seta gave a solid performance today, and jumped from the 4th place spot after the short program to 1st place.
I'm really thankful for everything today. That's all I want to say.
She showed no sign of acting solely for the television. She gave off nothing but a brave and hard-working aura. The contrast between these two girls will be great for the media. Kanon's coach, Hilton, refused to comment on her performance today. Why then did Ikuko come out and speak shamelessly?
Murder me? No. No such thing has ever come up at all. Right. I was just making a little joke.
This worried me.
Yes. I would like to apologize to everyone here on Kanon's behalf.
She bowed down her head and apologized to everyone honestly. It's what she's gotten used to doing. But the fact that she added, on Kanon's behalf, annoyed me. because I knew the truth. I received a call at that moment. Hey, Kyosuke! What? I'm in a bad mood. Don't piss on me, asswipe! What the fuck happened today? I don't fucking know. People are talking so much shit about Kanon online. They've started tacking W's onto Kanon's name. Kanon-sama! You know what the fuck that means, bro? More or less. Shit, Aichi. This is bad news, man. And what was with that pathetic excuse? An assassination attempt? This isn't Golgo 13. Think up something better next time. I know, right? Look, I gotta go. Whatever. Just tell the little shit she better win the Japan Championships, alright? Ah, fucking hell. I had totally forgotten. Aichi's saying that if Kanon wants to skate at Worlds, she needs to win the Japan Championships. And since she lost the Grand Prix, she would have to beat the second-place skater by a large point margin to feel secure in her position. If she doesn't compete in the World Championships, she'll be ineligible come the next Winter Olympics. Kanon has already reached her prime skating years, so the upcoming Japan Championships will decide her whole career. The door squeaked in protest, and the most talked about girl in Japan entered my room. Hey there, you're pretty late. Did you eat dinner?
Not hungry.
She pouted.
What?
Apparently, she didn't like my stare.
Ellipses.
Ellipses. Kanon averted her eyes and headed for the bath. A few short moments later, I heard the sound of running water. 5 minutes passed by. 10 minutes. The bathroom kept silent other than the sound of the shower running. I heard sobs over the water every now and then. The bathroom light never once turned on. Kanon must have been devastated. I was shocked upon seeing Kanon walk out of the dark bathroom. What the heck, Kanon?
Ellipses.
Put some clothes on. You'll catch a cold. Her long, wet hair clung to her hips. Water droplets glided against her full figure. With a tormented face, she looked at me like a ghost.
Do you...
Her voice was hoarse.
Do you hate me? Do you hate Nan-chan too, Nisa?
I appeased her with a shake of my head.
Do you think I'm a liar? Everything I said was true. She really did tell me that someone was gonna murder her.
Fragile. That skating star on the ice had vanished.
That was why I fell. That was why I lost. I can't think of any reason except that. Please believe me. Nisa.
Only a desperate, love-starved girl stood before me.
Everyone's just using Nan-chan. Mom is for fame. Dad is for money. Media, sponsors, everyone. All the time, day after day.
Two thin lips continued to move silently.
Who am I?
Like a robot doll with a loose screw, she talked more and more slowly. She spoke in a soulless, broken manner, but I understood her. Please save me. Surely there's some gentle person out there, someone who can warm my heart. I saw my past self in her. When I was frozen in a broken house far to the north, I had wished for the same.
Nisa.
I know. My emotions for Kanon are more pity than love, and pitiful it is. I'm among those godless fiends who use Kanon, but in the end, Kanon has no choice but to rely on us heretics. And devils can save people too, just like that snowy night when Gonzo saved me. There are people out there who can't wait for Providence to extend a holy savior's hand. I thought over what I was about to do. Even heretics have some pride. Very well, I've decided to take responsibility. I answered Kanon's request by reaching for her cold skin. Dude, that's your sister. Just no. In good taste, just no. Stop right here, put it back in your pants, and move on. Go back to Sabaki. She was good for you. Anyways, skip. Megalipses. Ellipses.